What is your why the heck did do that moment? Volunteering to lead a work trip abroad. It was like herding cats. Was cleaning up the floor lamp display in IKEA when I came across one without a shade or bulb in it. For reasons known only to God, I put my finger in it. It was still plugged in. It hurt. Went for my break after that to try and figure out why I'd just done it. Still don't know to this day why. When I was 10, I was on vacation and wanted to show off and run into a window and then slide down. Like those characters in cartoons do. I hit the window and it broke, so I walked to the back of the building I broke the window of, and I told the people I was running and didn't see the window. I wonder if they bought that. Basement flooded. 4 feet of water. A humidifier, ironic, was on, plugged in, and making weird noises because it was submerged in water. My barely awake brain went, must unplug that, and I waded through the 4 feet of water to unplug it. He lived. Yay. I was opening a can of food for my cat, and some of the gravy got on my finger. My brain went on autopilot, and I licked my finger clean. I regretted it immediately. I tried to pet a porcupine once, and you can guess the rest. My daughter, who was 5 at the time, went into my wife and I's bathroom and managed to lock herself in. The lock on the door is weird and problematic. She couldn't get out, so I had to call a locksmith. It took him a solid 2 hours to get her out of there. He finally gets it open. But at this point we're late for our dinner reservation with my wife's family. So we agree he'll come by later in the week to fix the lock. He tells me very dearly, don't shut this door until fix it. You do. This will happen again. I'm sure you can all guess where this is headed. And you're right. The next day, home alone, I walk in there to take a leak and reflexively shut the door behind me. I spent about half an hour trying to get out before I finally called the locksmith. That convo went like this. Hey, it's Deacon Frosted Flakes. You were over at my place yesterday. Oh yeah, I remember. You're calling to schedule the follow-up? Quote, well actually, it happened again. I'm stuck in the bathroom right now. 5-second pause. Are you serious? Quote, guy was a real professional. Never before or since have I heard such polite astonishment packed into a 3-word question. He came over again. But obviously he had to charge us for it. Possibly the most expensive way I've ever embarrassed myself. At a party in college and a girl asked if I wanted to see her hamster. I was a little drunk and love animals. So I said yes. We went into her room. She closed the door, and I actually started playing with her hamster. Told her, thanks, and walked back into the party. Didn't realize how much of a dumbass I was until my friends pointed it out. Superglued my feet into my shoes, painful recovery process of trying to rip them off of my feet. I swear, like a lot, like all the fucking time. When my niece was younger, this became a bit of a problem. On her 6th birthday she had a slumber party with a few of her little friends, and I was helping my sister watch over the kiddos, run the birthday activities and games. When the little ones were busy eating their cake and ice cream, we sat a little off to the side of the kids and my sister and I starting gossiping about an in-law that we absolutely despise. In hushed tones, my sister told me the latest shit this in-law had pulled. It was some especially fucked up shit. And before I could help myself, I loudly began, what a? I was of course gonna say bitch, but in my anger, surprise, I started the statement too loudly and mid-sentence. Noticed about 5 sets of little baby eyes on me. My brain scrambled in panic for a suitable replacement for the word bitch, and being the infinite genius I am, my mind found the perfect substitution and my mouth made sure to say it much louder than necessary. This is how I pretty much yelled the word cunt at a group of little children at a little Jin's birthday party. I told my professor that I had a doctor's appointment and that I had to miss class. He wouldn't excuse it, and I showed up to class 8 minutes late. It seemed like I had lied. My boyfriend left his phone at my apartment, so I texted him to let him know. I ate dog food on stage. I almost vornighted in front of 30+ people. I thought it would be funny for the scene. It was just not for me. Dropped something into a deep fryer that was at cooking temperature, and then proceeded to reach in and grab it. Definitely not my brightest moment. Back in college. Leave my third story app to go play basketball with a friend and see my crush on the phone. Down on the first floor. Outside. As I get to the second story, I decide to throw the ball down and try to scare her. It doesn't work and she catches it on the first bounce. That's when my dumbass jumped off the second story in a pair of Chuck Converse sneakers like I was Spider-Man. I land flat-footed and shattered both my heels and several bones in my feet. I was relegated to a pair of crutches, which really sucked going up 3 stories every day. Turns out me crawling into her apartment in searing pain didn't totally turn her off, as that was 15 years ago and we've been married for 10 now. Till this day I think, WTF did I do that? Asterisk.